Welcome, Transformer fans. My name is Composite Enerjoe, and if you see, I'm doing my review today in this location because the figure that I will be reviewing is going to be a big one. So it's going to be the Transformers Cyberverse Ultimate Class, basically Leader Class Optimus Prime, and here he is in his truck mode. And this truck mode seems like a stylized version of his original G1 truck mode, which is pretty neat. I mean, it's not the best, but it's certainly not the worst. It does its job. It's a neat little vehicle mode. Not bad. I like it, just not the best. Still pretty good. In terms of like, well, look at it, just a really neat little truck mode. I like the detailing on it, but I guess the proportions are a little bit off. Like, it looks a little weird. It feels like this part could have been trimmed down a little more. But that's neither here nor there. It's all right. It's part of the Cyberverse line, which are sort of catered to a much younger demographic. I think the best way I can describe Cyberverse, it's that it's the next step above Rescue Bots for, like, in terms of kids and Transformers. It's like you go Rescue Bots, Cyberverse, and then you go into like the other ones, like the Generations line or even the movie line, or whatever, or the Studio Series line. So yeah, that's pretty much it. He would, hypothetically, he would roll really well if this wheel wasn't stuck, because it's dedicated to his action feature, which can be launched in vehicle mode, but I'm not going to do that because I don't like how it looks in vehicle mode. His weapon feature looks a lot better in robot mode, but just to let you know, you can activate it by touching the top of the cab. If you press down on top of the cab, it launches the weapon, and then when this wheel moves, that's how you spin the weapon. And that's about it for truck mode. So let's get on with transformation. First things first, come over here and detach this, and you very carefully separate and fold out. Then fold these down and up. And there you have his legs. So let me lift up because he gets pretty tall. For this part, it's a little tricky. There is a way to do, for most people, they'll probably find it easier to trigger the weapon and then, transform. It would be easier, but I have a way of doing it. If you just do this, carefully separate that first, it won't trigger the weapon. Then you can just transform the rest of them. So fold this. Same on the other side. Separate this, forward, down. You have his arms. Up. Separate forward, down. You have his arms. Flip up the head, and then for this part, you separate this here. There you go, and then sort of accordion it back. Hi. You then fold it back until you hear a nice click. There you go. Now it's in place. And for back here, you line up there, which is the same on the other side. And that's it. It's a very simple transformation, but as you can see, he's a very tall figure. And I really like that. Not only that, he's a very nice representation of the G1 Optimus. Like, clearly, I would say that the robot mode looks a lot better than the truck mode. In fact, check out that head sculpt. That's a very nice Optimus Prime head sculpt. Very nice. And just overall, a very nice look. Like, yeah, the back actually doesn't even look that bad either. Although I am annoyed that this here doesn't really click into place. This being loose is because of the weapon feature, so it makes sense. But this one, I don't like it. Not a fan of it being hollow in the legs, but hey, it's what can you do? Yes, they have to cut some corners to, keep the price down. But still, it's a very, very nice looking figure. And for articulation, well, he's got it. Simple, but he's got it. The head can rotate. Arms can go in, out, all around. Rotation at the, like, beneath the shoulder, and bend at the elbow. And I might as well mention, I don't mind that much that the hand is sort of covered by the front of the truck. That doesn't bother me that much because I can sort of imagine these are his sort of like knuckle dusters or something. It looks pretty cool to me. As for the lower half, in, out, forward, back, a slight swivel at the thigh, and a bend at the knee, which is it's in a weird place. And that's it. Plus, what is it? The in and out is a soft ratchet, and so is the elbow. And that's it. That's it in terms of articulation. It's simple, but hey, he's got it, which is very nice. And it's just an overall very nice looking figure. Oh, and now we can get to his weapon, since I mentioned everything else. To activate, you push down on these buttons. And let's get him in his pose. Let's get him pose. Oh, plus, because of his transformation, you do have an in and out at the shoulder, which is really nice. Really nice. Whoa, whoa. Hold on. All right. He's ready to go. Let's launch the weapon. And boom. Check it out. His weapon, let me get a better light here, is basically hold on, if you split open this up, there you go. It's his Matrix. This is referred to his Matrix Mega Shot, or his Mega Matrix Shot, or whatever, I don't remember now. But, yeah. As you can see, he has a, how did I put it? A mighty mini molded matrix within his middle. Very nice, and he has this little sort of hold on, blue, like this blue energy that sort of spreads out into the inside of his cab windows, which is really cool. And also, to trigger this effect, see, in vehicle mode, in order for this to spin, you would move the right wheel, which is this one, the right front wheel. To get the same effect in robot mode, you see this piece here. You then sort of go up and down on it. You spin it, like you turn it, and it causes this to spin, which is pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little feature, little action weapon. And not really my favorite, but it's neat. And to put it back, you just fold up, fold back, and since everything is basically essentially spring loaded, it all goes back into place, nice and clean. And that's it. It's a relatively simple figure, and I think I mentioned before in my Shockwave video that, well, at the time, Shockwave was the only Cyberverse figure I thought was very interesting. And that's still true until I honestly saw this thing in person. Like, I knew about this thing, but I wasn't sure on it. But then I saw it in person, realized the fact that he was a leader class, I had no idea he would be this big. And it's a lot of times when you see the figure in person, they look a lot better than they do in their pictures. I think for the most part, I feel that figures look better in person than they do in their pictures. But yeah, and that's it. This is a very nice Optimus for like a younger demographic. It's really cool. Just a really nice design. Yeah, I have nothing else to really say. It's a great figure. It's the vehicle mode is The transformation is simple, but not too simple. Like, it's not bad. The weapon feature I like, and the overall look of the robot mode is fantastic in my opinion. So yeah, overall it's a nice solid figure for like a younger transformer who wants, I guess, more complicated figures than just rescue bots. Who, you know, they're ready for something more than rescue bots, but still not to like the level of maybe Generations or even the Studio series, if they find those to be too complicated. So yeah, the Optimus Prime, awesome. So yeah, he's still new, so I don't really have that much trivia on him, except that he just looks like a stylized version of G1 Optimus, like all of the Cyberverse, like most of the Cyberverse figures. And that's it. I really don't have anything else to say. So yeah, I love the figure. So yeah, this is Composite Enerjoe, and this has been my review of the Transformers leader class, because that's the ultimate, but this is the leader class. The Transformers Cyberverse Ultimate / leader class. Optimus Prime. This is Composite Enerjoe signing off. Peace out.